What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Torno, with my co-hosts, Brian Limper-Fallgrass here, and we have a special guest. Brett is here.
Special guest. We're in his hometown backyard.
Because we just saw a show with Brett.
Yeah.
Who'd we go see, everyone?
Purple Kiss.
Heck yeah. Leo Presents did it again.
We went all the way to good old Louisville, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
See Purple Kiss. Why? I don't know. I think it's because this is just on the
Saturday.
weekend, so we went.
Saturday. That's definitely why.
It wasn't that long of a trip. It was like maybe 5 hours.
Really not too far from us.
Not that bad. But yeah, Brett's from around these parts, so this is like a hometown game for him.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. He usually does a lot of traveling to go to places.
Last time I was here, I had to go to LA to
Yeah,
see these guys.
Yeah. That is actually
And then
really
any
crazy.
other time we've seen him, it's been in like Chicago, which is not a close trip for him.
No.
Actually, really, honestly, it's not a close trip for us either.
Yeah, we kind of like downplay.
That's
that
like
Chicago is actually far from us still.
But it's like legit still a solid like three and a half hours.
3 to 3.5 hours.
Depending on the traffic.
If we're not really stopping at all. So
How
yeah.
far is Chicago away from you?
About 6 hours.
So that's a long trip.
including
That's
traffic.
That's like longer than the trip that we took here. How long was the one where you went to the other day? What was the last one we saw you at? Was it
Where?
Stacy?
Stacy, that was Chicago.
Yeah, didn't you say it took you a really long time to get there because of the
Oh
traffic?
yeah, traffic was horrible that day.
How long did it take you
It
to get
was
there?
bad.
Probably like 6.5 hours.
Like, that's
it
nuts.
was insane. And it took me like maybe 5 to get to Chicago.
That's crazy.
That's pretty far.
There must have been a really trafficy day because I remember Josh was saying that
Yeah.
the traffic was really bad. That's why he was late.
Yeah.
It rained just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if you're in California, a lot of it.
Hurricane
type
esque,
weather.
LA
rain
would
out
have
there.
been underwater if that rained.
I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's not even like being
Trust
mean.
us,
That's like true.
We lived it.
We lived through the first hurricane that touched down in 84 years. Like,
Honestly.
that's like legit, like real factual information. Yeah, we saw Purple Kiss in this place I've never been to called the Art Sanctuary.
Yeah, and we've been to Louisville one other time for a show. It was Dreamcatcher.
At Old Foresters Town Hall or something like that.
I will say, I like that venue a lot.
I'm going to just say it right now. Sorry,
This
Louisville
one-
fans. Sorry, Brett. By far my least favorite venue.
I didn't really like this venue today. I didn't like it. I
Old
don't know.
Foresters was my first K-pop concert, and we were both there at the same time, and I did not know you guys yet.
Wait, that was your first one?
That was my first one.
So Dreamcatcher?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know which one came first, Luna or
Yeah, Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher.
So
Was
you
it
were
Luna there too?
Yes.
So
About a
there's-
month later.
Where were you at when you went to see them? Like, what
we're-
part of it were you at?
Like,
In the
I
crowd.
was pretty far in the back.
We were literally
What?
the very last.
I wouldn't have been like out the doors like you guys.
We were look, dude. So I'm telling you right now, right? Hold on, listen, people.
We
If
walked
we
in.
were at the Dreamcatcher show right now, we walk in the door. This is us. That's the door.
Fog is practically leaving the room.
And then we
right now.
maybe like moved up a little just because there was more people coming in. But no, we were right by
We
the
really
door.
couldn't have been any farther out of the door if we like just left.
And they and we got there right when it started too. Like
Yeah.
then they like came.
It was
on stage.
packed. There's a lot of people.
There was a lot.
I didn't
of
know
people.
that I had to be there 6 hours early if I wanted to be close.
Well,
Yeah.
yep, that's something you learned at the time.
Yeah.
But
That's really crazy.
yeah, Old Force was a pretty nice place. It was
Nice
just
place.
it was really hot in there, like super hot in there.
It was a hot weekend back then.
Oh.
I remember it was like 4th of July.
Yeah, it was 4th of July.
But yeah, this one was not Old Foresters Town. This was. I didn't like this place.
Something about, I mean, we've been to some dingy, weird places like Irving Theater
Oh
in
my
Indianapolis,
gosh.
which is like a rundown shack that like
That's
people
like the
do like.
most dingy you can
like-
get.
But it's like compared to this place, that place is like nice. I remember just used to being at Irving Theater. I don't know,
It's
but
the benches.
it's the bits of pews in the back.
We just like have to love it.
But like this place, the whole setup was like a really like artsy, like not even like a fancy artsy like
It certainly
a museum.
lived up to its name.
It did. It's art sanctuary. It's like where people who are like up and coming or like alternate artists would like go to like show off their weird artwork
Like
they made.
obviously, like
Or like do like
everyone has their
interpretive
own,
dance.
Yeah, like their art is like subjective. What they think is what it is. But like to me, I didn't really like any of it.
It
I thought it was
smelled
like
weird.
weird. There was a weird smell.
Like the whole time it had like a weird like rotten egg smell to it. Like,
It was a pretty big place though.
like a sewer line broke or something. Like it was weird.
But yeah, venue wise, not my favorite.
Also, I just gotta say this. So I don't know if it's just the setup or where we were at or what was going on, but just the vibe of the place while we were there and how the stage is set up.
Didn't like it.
It did not feel like we were at an actual concert. I felt like we were watching like a weird like talent show in like a mall.
I kind of felt that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen the movie Kicking It Old School? When they have like a talent show and Jamie Foxx is like breakdancing and stuff. So it's like they literally like they go to this breakdance competition like it's high school and like falls off, has a concussion, whatever. But many years later he wakes up and they go back to it. And so it's like a setup in like a mall with like a stage.
Yeah.
For like a talent show. It's literally what it is, right? And that's a lot what this felt like. I don't know if it's just the way the building was or
I think it was just the vibe in there was weird.
or like, there's just so much open space compared to like the actual stage. On both sides of it.
It kind of seemed like there's like people doing other stuff while the show's going on. Which
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
was really even true, but
It was
there's a lot of
weird.
places you could sit, and I don't know.
It just didn't
kind
feel
of
like a
threw
concert.
stuff in there, and then
Yeah.
it was like, look at all this
The
weird
entrance-
art that was trash.
The entrance to the building was like behind the stage too.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh, that was really strange. That was when I first was like, what are we getting into right
Yeah, so this
now? Sorry to the Art Sanctuary fans. I did not
First
like
and
it.
foremost, not my favorite venue. Very strange. It kind of, I didn't say it killed it, but it definitely took me out of the whole concert vibe. 'Cause it did not feel like I was at a concert.
I can kind of feel that. Like, I see what you're saying a little bit. I will.
Because
say-
like when we go to Irving Theater, all it is a stage. Like that's all there is.
Yeah.
Or like when we go to a movie, it'd be like if you went to a movie theater and there's a movie and two giant spaces on the side, so you can't just focus on the movie because there's other crap happening at the same time. You're like, I don't feel like I'm at a movie right now. I just feel like I'm like
It's a
sitting
very
in like
big place.
someone's backyard, like playing like volleyball on one side, and there's like an open bar on the other one.
And then you knew like there was the whole other back area which had a small stage, which like where we did the selfies and everything. Like it was a very big place, maybe just kind of put together weird. And then again, I did not like the whole weird art.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
literally like
it
trash. Like I'm
it literally
sorry,
kind of
like,
took me out of the whole like concert vibe of going to a concert.
It was just like big in a weird way. But I see what you're saying. But it didn't take away from
They
the
had a
actual show.
They had
Yo,
a
the actual
Ronald
show was
McDonald
really
in the
good.
back too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that, you know what? I'm blaming that.
There's like a weird kitchen in the back next to a bathroom.
Yeah,
They had, like a
it was
weird
like the weirdest setup ever to a
statue
building.
of like Ronald McDonald with like silver confetti on his hair,
It was really-
just like a rocket man. Like
And like that area was cut off, and then there were stairs that where'd those go, and there was like weird the upstairs part to the stage, but like to the side there was like all rooms.
and like the
there.
inside of it had like weird stuff.
The
hanging
bathrooms
from
were
it.
extremely weird here.
The top is like kind of like run down looking with like crazy chandeliers hanging from the
like
ceiling.
trash,
Like people made from like scrap. One was like made from trophies. Like it was weird. I don't.
like I'm sure someone like worked hard on that, and they like really. Well, I'm sorry, it was like garbage.
Like I don't know. It was very strange.
We're not art people.
Or
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
that. Like
That's
not like that.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's essentially what was going on. What were your thoughts, Brett?
Bathrooms are weird.
The bathrooms were.
I know this sounds like it was the worst time ever. It really wasn't, I promise, but the building was weird.
No,
Strange.
Yeah, it was just a different vibe. It wasn't. There was enough room to hold a K-pop show. Let's say
I mean, there was definitely a lot of space. there.
was a big
It was a big venue, yeah.
Big venue.
They definitely didn't fill it out. I mean,
no.
although based off some of the some of the other concerts you went to, I thought they were going to fill that place up and it's going to be packed.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it wasn't because it was really hot.
Definitely felt
It
like
got
less
very
people.
Yeah.
We were like in the back of the back of the bus there. We were
Yeah.
at the very last row, if not, well, one of the last rows in the back. We still
Pretty
had a pretty good
much.
view of the stage.
Yeah, it was still a
Yeah.
pretty nice view of what we had.
I mean, there was a lot of people there. By far more than when we saw Tribe, when we saw Pixie.
Yes,
Like,
definitely. Even at this one, yeah.
I mean, there was a ton of people there, and they loved it. They were super hyped.
A lot of these shows have sold out already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Louisville, but
Definitely the most I've seen on a Leo Presents tour for the girl groups. Like I did see the Nashville one just sold out too. Like they're having multiple shows
They're like going good.
that are going really, really well.
Which are bigger spaces than a lot of the other places we've been, so.
Yeah, Purple Kiss is doing a really nice job. Like they're doing a really good job.
Alright, so, like you said, the venue's kind of weird, not my cup of tea. But then the girls came out, and everybody was like, freaking out, like they were hyped.
better.
There was a guy next to us who was like living his best
Oh
life.
my gosh.
He was super
I
excited.
was so happy for this man.
I will.
He was super tall.
I think we've said it before, but like obviously, Purple Kiss, we like them, but it's not like one of our favorite groups that we have wanted to see or like have got to see.
Yeah.
But I'm always super happy for everyone who I see there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like they're so out of their mind, like excited, because it's like their favorite group they've ever gotten to see.
Right.
And I've said before, I hope one day I also experience that. I think the closest thing I've ever got to experiencing that was when we went and saw Triple S at Kansas City.
Loveolution.
Because a lot of the groups I like end up liking after we've already seen them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like my first experience seeing my favorite group. It's like we saw them once, now I really like them, and we're going to go see them again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're coming here this one time, this is like my one chance, this is going to be sick. But
Right.
Love Lucian was kind of like that. When we saw them in Chicago, they didn't really do a show, so it was kind of a cool thing like that. But like Pixie, we obviously saw them multiple times before. You know, it wasn't the first time we saw them.
Right.
Same with like Tribe, when you like Tribe.
Yeah.
So anybody I ever see was like they got to go see them,
Yeah.
and it was like their favorite thing they've ever done, or like their favorite group. It's like I'm so happy for
Yeah,
them.
it's
It's like,
awesome.
it like makes me so happy just seeing them being happy.
Yeah, because we know where they're coming from. But yeah, the guy next to us, that was him today. Good for him.
He was loving it.
He like had printed out papers of the fan chants for the songs.
That's
He
amazing.
did in like the lineup of like,
Like
the
never,
songs he
I've
played,
never
like,
seen someone with that attention to detail.
and they're like handwritten notes. It wasn't like he
Yeah, like-
printed them off.
He was like cheering, like reading the like for each song or whatever it was so cool.
He was so happy. Shout out to you, dude.
But yeah,
What happened? So what did they open up with?
So-
That was like a little short intro, little thingy.
they had a solid set list of a lot of songs. It was Bye Bye Bully was the intro. Then they got right into it and played Nerdy.
Yeah, people freaked out.
You'll have
for
to
it.
stop me here, guys, because I don't remember where they talked.
I really don't either. They just kind of
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
they really hammered out a
Like
lot
the
of
same-
songs.
The mints.
Is that the okay?
Mint one.
They usually don't do that on these, so it's actually really helpful because you always have to guess and we're usually wrong.
Yeah, it's fun.
And so they played Pretty Psycho, which is a really good song.
Good B-side.
Yeah.
And then they talked.
That actually won the award on Reddit for their most popular B-side
Really?
the other day.
Really?
I believe it.
Over Cass Pearl's first one.
Which we didn't hear.
I
So
can't believe they didn't play that.
That's like my second favorite song they have.
I love that song. And then they did some talking.
Also, I don't know if it's just... I know it seems like we're hating on this place a lot because we are.
Because we are.
But I don't know if it's just how much open space there was. But the bass did not hit in there as much as I expected it to in some of their songs.
Felt like it could have been a little louder.
Also, you got to remember, we're coming from Kansas City, and that place had the loudest bass I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
Like, when the bass kicked in, I felt it in, like, my chest.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know if it's just, like, the way it was set up or what, but it kind of wasn't... Need to be turned up or something, I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
Continue.
So they talked and it was just introductions, right? Was
Pretty
that
much,
kind
I
of,
think so.
Yeah, they pretty much introduced themselves, and they went and waved at everybody.
yeah. They did
From
do
the
that.
get-go, I will say, all of them extremely energetic. I feel like all of them have to be extroverts because they were, like, all over the place, just all up playing into the crowd. Like, it was great. They were, like, having a great time.
Yeah. Really fun. Really fun. So then they, after that, the first talking segment, they played Illusion, which was like an intro, and then Meme.
Oh, dude, that was sick.
That song is really cool.
Meme.
Meme. I don't know how to say it correctly,
Me,
but we do really like that song.
Mim.
I love
Yes.
that. I would say that and, well, another song they're going to play, Zombie, are probably my two favorite
Yeah.
title tracks I have.
Yeah.
So I'm happy I got to hear the title tracks, because
Yeah. They covered those.
They really did. They really did.
all right, so what was
I
that?
just don't. And then after that, they talked again, and like over my head of what they talked about, I don't remember at all.
Was this before they got into the little segments of, like, their subunit little group things?
Yes.
Yeah, that was later.
Yeah, they were kind of just talking about random stuff.
Was that when they were like how to pronounce Louisville? Maybe.
Yeah.
That was, okay. That was actually pretty funny.
Actually,
Oh.
also, from the beginning, all their English, fantastic.
They are
all
great,
of them,
great
fantastic.
English speaking group.
We knew from our episode on K-pop profiles that Swan could speak English. The other ones, they said they could speak English, but they were pretty fluent.
Like 80-90% of the show, they were just talking English.
Yeah, all of them.
They barely used their translator.
Yeah, it was really really cool. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect or not, but
Going was really good.
They did an
She was like
excellent
extremely
job.
good.
Ooh, yeah, they did an excellent job. Which they didn't need her much, but my gosh, translator had the nicest voice I've ever heard.
Yeah, she really did.
She was like a computer generated. It was so
Like, most perfectly pronounced English I've ever heard. In
yeah,
anything.
I know, like flowed with the person, but great translator. Didn't need to hear much, but that's
I
okay.
feel like maybe Yuki was worse at English, but like
Yeah,
it's at least her third language.
I was gonna say, that's not even her
so,
second
yeah,
language.
she's got a
so.
couple other ones.
Swan was really good. I think, out of everybody, Swan was, like, extremely good at English, and she's, like, extremely fun. Like,
She was just a cool.
like really playful, chill, just, like,
I was telling
having
you,
a great
Using
time.
cute voices.
Yeah.
I was like
she's,
telling
having
you
a
on the
great
way
time.
back. I was like, man, you just want to like hang out with Swan.
Like, she just seems like someone's cool, just
She's
chill
like
with.
a cool friend.
Yeah.
Like, let's just hang out. Because
She's
she
the
was
best.
like really fun. Just shows that personality you like want to be around this person.
Swan waved to me at this show and when I saw him in Columbus.
She did.
Singled me out.
Best friends.
I saw the wave this time.
And
I don't know about Columbus, but I saw this time.
Obviously, her most disappointing fact of this is she cannot drink whiskey. So
that's
what I
she
got
really
for
wants to drink.
She was so sad.
She really wants to
not
drink.
there yet,
She wants to
age-wise.
drink it down.
She really wants to.
She took pictures with him last time I saw him too.
She did.
So what happened? Okay, so they did their little like.
So that was the second talk. Then they played.
Because they broke in like little subunit things here in a little bit.
Yeah, they had a couple more songs. They played Seven Heaven, which is their most recent title, right? And then they played Zombie, which was really good.
It was awesome.
Everyone really liked that song.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very solid 2 songs there. Then the 2 girls went to go change. Ray and Shane went to go change.
Yep.
And then the other girls talked for a while, actually, while they did.
Ira was actually really fun, too.
Yeah.
She was really fun. She loved the crowd. She was having a good time.
I don't really remember. They talked for a while. They kind of just talked like about random stuff.
Goen said she wanted to be on a boat.
Yeah.
Talking about they enjoy the Ohio River.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, okay.
Is it like the Han River in Korea?
Like everybody runs on it every morning and exercises, and they're like, no.
Yeah, who said that? You right?
No,
Goen did. Yeah, she's all about walking by water.
She just loves water.
There's like multiple times of like, I just went by the water.
She's like a freaking mermaid.
Yeah. I was like, all right, Ohio River, learned about that.
They said something about how they had to order food and they didn't get to eat it till 3 hours later.
Oh yeah, because they had to make sure they delivered it as late as possible.
They really stressed that.
And they got delivered at like 9:30 and they didn't eat until 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds horrible.
So it's like breakfast the next day, apparently.
Pretty much.
And then what was their little subunit stages?
Oh yeah, Ira and Shane did We Don't Talk Anymore.
It was beautiful.
It was really good. Really good. But it was cool because they did a couple things. And they played Sway With Me.
See, a lot of these songs I don't even know.
Saweetie awesome. And what is this other person, Brett?
I don't know. Gal Exara?
No, who that is.
No idea.
Apologies to anyone who knows who that is.
Yeah. Sway With Me.
I mean, it was a sick cover. It was great.
They did a great job.
Anytime you have chairs, it's great.
Very true.
Ira was rocking that chair.
She loved it.
Yeah. That was they were really great covers. What is going on here? But then that was their unit. And then when they were performing, obviously the other girls.
So I have my other question. Yuki didn't do anything in the units, did
Why, Brett?
My best guess is since she's not going to be on the last few stops of the tour, she just didn't prepare one.
I mean, that makes sense. I was curious because I was like, okay, the other 3 girls are here now, and then they just came back like we're going to do our next stage. So I'm like, is she not going to do something?
Yeah,
I thought maybe she had like her own rap song or something, but I guess she didn't do anything.
No,
that's what I said to Brett. I was like, well, because I asked, I was like, oh, was she in this one in Columbus? And he's like, no, and she probably isn't because she's not going to be there.
Which makes sense.
And I was like, that makes sense because then they don't have to like take something out and replace with the show. It's already not there. So I was like, that's probably why Yuki did.
And I mean, obviously they knew she wasn't going to be there before they even went on.
Exactly. It's not like she was sick or something. Like she literally is going to be gone. So yeah, Yuki didn't do any unit stuff.
So yeah, we got. What was the next one?
Swan, Goen, and Dozy played Light Switch from Charlie Puth or Puth. They really like that guy. How do you say it?
Puth. That was like my favorite cover that they did.
Yeah,
I love that song. Also, Zeus does a cover of that too. She's a Korean idol, or I don't know if she's an idol, but
she's awesome.
She's a singer.
Yeah. She's the one that sings naked.
Yeah, she does naked.
That's a great song.
Yeah,
that was a great Discover Weekly.
And that's like the only reason I know that song is because of her.
Yeah,
it's a really good song though.
She actually has a lot of really good covers on YouTube. I remember seeing her a very long time ago. Before she even made the song, she just do like cover songs of like New Jeans stuff. And I was like, wow, what an attractive person. Are you an idol? And then then she came out with that naked song. I was like, okay, so you do make music.
Yeah, that song is cool. But that was their first song, and then they played Rain on Me by Lady Gaga.
That was really cool too.
That was really good. I like that.
Then they all came back out and
they played their game. They
did the little like
they
question
answered
game.
questions, which has become a staple of Leo Presents. I gave them Lester Pixie. And where they you can ask or write questions on a board,
and then they answer.
And they answer maybe 3, 4, or 5 of them. I don't even know. Pretty basic stuff.
Your favorite animal.
Yuki taught us a Japanese word. That was funny.
Which I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was, but it meant
it was like awesome or something.
Awesome. I just don't remember what the word was.
In Columbus, one of the questions was your favorite Disney princess. Or your favorite song to perform.
Are we sure that they don't just put the same questions up there? Because those are the ones try to be answered.
Well, I feel like I mean, I don't want to say it's rigged, but I mean, they're obviously going to, like, pick
The easy ones.
like easy questions that are like not a mess or anything, like, which hopefully no one's writing something horrible, but you know they're just gonna pick the easy ones, which is good and they should. But and then after that they played an intro, Save Me, and then they played Sweet Juice.
Yeah, everyone was hyped for that too.
And I'm not sure how to say that next one. Ajit, which is one of their songs I know, but I don't know how to really pronounce it. Which was cool.
I would say Sweet Juice is like probably my favorite song of theirs, at least title track.
Yeah. Everybody loved that song when it came out.
They really did. Like, that was a fan favorite for sure, and you could tell in the crowd. Like, that was a good one.
The one guy next to us was freaking out for that one.
I was just so proud of him for living.
He was so hyped.
Like, he was singing the freaking fan chants like no other.
Then what happened?
Then they talked again, and then they actually did kind of group covers, or no, they played Love Is Dead, which was really good, and then they played Dance Monkey, Tones and I cover.
Yeah.
It's funny, I never know who actually makes these songs.
That was a really popular song a few years ago.
I just remember them always like making little videos for it, like Reels or TikToks or whatever, like a bunch of idols did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is like, so it's a cover song of another person's song.
Then they kind of, I just never really remember what they talked about all these times, but maybe that was kind of like their goodbye. And they played Panzana, and then My Heart Skips a Beat.
The greatest song that ever made.
And it was my favorite one. It was like the best song.
That's what we came to see.
That's where I had like the most lights and stuff too. I'm like,
those were their first two songs.
Yeah.
Like their Panzana was their official debut, and I think, and Heart Skipped a Beat was their pre-debut.
I know Panza definitely was, but they had, what was the other one that they made? They had two pre-release tracks. One was My Heart Skipped a Beat.
I don't remember what the other one was.
As we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
The ballady one.
And they had like a ballad one. I don't think they played that though.
Mm-mm.
Oh, they sang during the Ask thing? They sang part of like My Life.
Oh yeah, they sang like their Christmas. They did their Christmas song.
And them and the whole crowd sang Last Christmas, like the chorus.
Yes, they did.
That was funny.
There's a lot of Christmas songs.
There's a lot of Christmas songs there. A lot of crowd participation singing Christmas songs, and it kind of kept going. I was like, all right.
And then they like left, like they do.
It was like natural as any show. It was over.
Although it's kind of funny because they came back and they're like obviously dressed in like encore outfits, and they're standing there and going, it's like, this is where you guys supposed to ask for an encore.
Yeah, because people did like cheer when they were gone, but no one actually did cheer encore. Like,
and then she's like, this is where we're supposed to like cheer for an encore, and everyone started cheering. And then what they play for their encore?
They played Skip Skip and Twinkle.
I mean, I honestly don't know what either one of those are. They probably must be B-sides.
I know Twinkle, like, that song's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, both of them are cool
it's just like the big, fun, jumping dance song. Like,
and then everybody left, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that was like a... And then they kind of just said bye. They didn't really do... That was like... It really was like an encore. They didn't really do anything else. It wasn't like, oh, we need to talk about everything else again.
Or like, say our favorite memory, or like...
Like, they came out and did their songs, and then they're done.
Overall, it's a pretty good show.
It was
they
really
did a lot
good
of
show.
songs. If you like Purple Kiss's music and your favorite song is not Cast Pro Before Swine, then you'd be pretty happy with it.
It was a really fun show.
Plus, Purple Kiss had choreography for every single song too.
Yeah,
they didn't just like stand and do a ballad or anything.
That's true. They did.
And then they did have a bunch of times where they came up to the crowd and like jumping up and down and getting everybody hyped.
Yeah.
And they had like little like extra choreography moments they threw in there, just like fun random stuff that they did, which is cool.
Yeah, I guess like during the encore, I guess they were just having fun up there, but every other song they had legit choreography.
Yeah, it was awesome. They did a really good job. And like I said, everyone's like really energetic, really fun. They look like they're like happy to be there. You know?
They did. They put on a great show. Really great performers. All of them too. Awesome energy from like all of them. It was good. It was awesome.
How did this compare to your Columbus adventure?
Yeah, which one did you like more?
Because Brett went to Columbus before he came to this one.
Just purely on the show, I would say Columbus was better. Plus, I was closer.
That's fair.
That's a good point.
But Louisville, I got to hang out with these guys, so that made it the overall experience better.
Worse.
Way worse.
I was like, we get it.
We just keep docking points right now.
I did get the bonus in Columbus of their bellhop outfits.
Yeah, he got the bellhop outfits.
He got
the greatest outfits of all time.
So we didn't get that.
Those outfits were really cool, and everyone loved that since they came out with Sweet Juice. We did not get those outfits. They had one outfit. They had like two outfits.
Like a Tommy Hilfiger denim.
Yeah.
Our first ones, they were kind of like the '90s, like hip hop.
Yeah,
kind of like denim. Those outfits were awesome.
Yeah, those were
like overalls. Like it was really cool. And then they kind of wore their like fancy dress type thing. I don't even know what it was, like the fancier.
They look kind of classy or
like
something.
classy
They're
dress.
nice.
It was really nice. It was like black and maroon or something.
So we did not get the bellhop ones, but their outfits were still very cool.
Yeah.
I always like when the different, like they have like a lot of uniforms that they can wear for different games. Like like Oregon. It's just like I don't know. That's like Pixie and Trivey did that too, so that's cool. Just so it's like different for everybody.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
I will say, the concert itself was really good. Like, everything was cool. But I don't know, like, so it was just the atmosphere of the place, or
Smell.
or like who we saw or what was going on. But after seeing that, it definitely did not hit me like when we saw Trivey and Pixie, where I was like,
I think
that was amazing. Like, I need to go see them again.
I think it was 100% because of the.
You know what I'm saying, though?
The building.
Because when we saw Pixie, and even when we saw Trivey the first time, I was like, man, that was sick. Like,
yeah.
I want to go see him again. Like, where's the next stop? And we like drove like some absurd amount of hours to go see them.
My gosh, we did.
And I mean, like I said, the girls themselves were awesome. The concert was great. I don't know if it's just the environment or what, but literally when we left, it wasn't like immediate like, well, gotta go see them again. Like, that was sick.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was a good concert. Like, cool. Like, I don't know.
It was very good.
Like, if I didn't go see them play in another venue or another place, I wouldn't be, like, disappointed about it.
Yeah.
Where the other times, like, man, we need to go to Omaha and see Trivey again.
Which was, like, ridiculous. But we did it.
Or also, it might just be, their music in general. Like we said before, a long time ago, even when we did our episode, like, the music's cool, but it's not, like, my favorite.
I just feel like there's just, like, there are some songs I really do enjoy, but it's just, like, a little extra is just not there for them yet to be, like, whoa.
It might just be like a whole venue thing too. Like I said, the venue might have been a big part of it, but
I was probably a bigger Purple Kiss fan than you guys coming in. Like,
Right.
Oh,
Sweet
definitely.
Juice, Sweet Juice is like one of my favorite songs this year. Plus, I mean, they have a lot of other songs I really liked.
Well, yeah, I mean, our favorite one is literally the first pre-debut single.
that they put out like 2.5 years ago.
So that kind of, yeah.
And like I said, I like some of their other title tracks. Like
Yeah.
they're cool, but I heard them. I'm like, yeah, that's sick. Like, but it didn't like blow me away in a way where it's like, oh, I need to go see them again.
Right.
But if the opportunity came up, I'd be like, sure, like I'll go. I'm not doing nothing. But that's the one.
The girls
one
were really
thought-
great. Like
My one thought on it is like, I'm not.
Like Purple Kiss as the girls as like a 6-member team is like that's what's awesome.
Oh yeah, they're
They
really
are
good.
awesome.
They were really
and
good.
funny, and the personalities are awesome, and the talent, and just a great show. But yeah, it is like the music is like not. Some of it's like not my absolute like.
We're just out here trying to support our favorite K-pop groups. We support
Absolutely.
Leo Presents, anybody local.
Yeah, please always support.
So they
Leo
keep
Presents.
coming back.
Which,
Yeah, I know.
by what we've seen and today, they're doing pretty good because there's a lot of people getting all the different types of bonus
Yeah.
VIP stuff. Like
Buying merch, like they made a lot of money off
there
of
was
it.
a lot of stuff. It was still really fun.
Speaking of, I think the only thing any of us got in this stop, because I know you got different stuff, is we got the selfies because it's like the best perk of all time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, we talked about the selfies we got with Pixie and the selfies we got with Trivey. Now this is like a completely different type of thing. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, this was a different setup.
So basically, for the other ones, you like would stand there, or they would stand there, and you'd form like lines in front of them. And when it's your turn, you'd go up, give them your phone, they'd take a selfie with you, and that was it. This one, they had like individual seats for them and like ring lights. So like every single picture was like
It was extremely
Like,
it made it like
professional?
really clear. Yeah, they had like all these like. Yeah, these super extremely bright ring lights that when you turned around you couldn't even see.
yeah, and it was like professional
And then
grade.
the girls were all sitting down, which is probably nice because
They don't
they
have to stand all the
they had to do a bunch of stuff, like even before the selfie time. So it's nice that they can just chill. It was just like a more, like put together than just like.
Hey, you're gonna stand here, and they're gonna come up to you and take pictures.
And
Like,
then that's literally it.
there's like each area, little booth. Next thing you know, they're gonna have like each stall's gonna have like a divider, so they're like not all next to each other, like their own little photos.
I know, and then it'll be like it'll take your picture and their picture and put it together, and you won't even actually get a selfie. It's like
But-
here's your digital.
So it was
photo.
definitely different than
It
the
was
other
different.
ones. It was like the same, but way more advanced, more like refined.
Yeah.
I will say though, on the scale from Pixie to Trivey being the least interactive and Pixie being the most, that this was like right in the middle. Because we've talked about it before, we saw Trivey, it was more like, it kind of just seemed like they were there because it had to be there. There's like, oh hey, like oh nice to, it's like a robot, like nice to meet you, take a picture and you were gone. When you saw Pixie, they would literally stand there and talk to you for a little bit. You know, like, get a conversation with them, like
Right.
chatted with them a little bit. They didn't care. But with Tribe, you're like in and out. This one, you know, you went up to them like, hey,
It's kind of just a mix of both.
be like, how you
honestly.
doing? And they seem a little more. I don't know. It's just we talked about it before, but like try to seem a little more robotic compared to
Yeah.
the other ones. Like it's just like, hey, we need to get in here, do this, and leave.
Right.
But actually, Purpose was like really nice.
They were extreme. Like that
Everyone
was
was, like,
one thing
super
that really
fun.
stuck out about them. It was like,
Or maybe they
almost-
just understood English better, so they could like communicate.
that
might be what it
that
was.
honestly could be a big part of it.
Because all of they basically all go up to him like, oh, how are you doing? Like, oh, I'm doing good. Like, how are you doing? And they talk to you and you ask like what pose to do, or you have a little conversation about something. But they like to talk to you in English. It wasn't like they're like confused
That,
at what
honestly,
you're saying.
that could be it. Like it was. I definitely put it in the middle too. I feel like if you took,
I think
if you took Purple Kiss and we did selfies how you did the other ones, we could have actually really kind of chatted with them for like a decent amount of time. It's just now they had like all the lights and stuff, so it was like kind of fast.
Yeah.
It made it faster moving.
And I mean, if you said anything to them, if you talked to them, they like talk to you.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
know if
think
you mentioned
anybody really
anything to
rushed
them.
you out.
Yeah,
I think-
they were cool.
The least amount of interaction for me, sadly, was with Chan, who's my favorite member. But it wasn't like she was mean or anything. Like didn't want to talk. She just
She was professional. She was just rushing people.
Yeah, she's like getting people in and out. Where other ones like so kind of stop for a minute and talk to you.
Yeah.
The one that I think was the most memorable though was going when we went up to her. She's like, oh, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. It's like, I really loved you in Produce 48. She's like, really? You remember? I'm like, yeah, I do. And then I was like, well, what pose do you want to do? And she's like, we did like a cheek poke pose. And she's like, oh, cute. I'm like, thanks. And then I left.
I got to tell Swan that how much I loved her like single album with 20 and Be My Everything on it.
Nice.
That came out this year. She was really happy and proud of herself.
She's like, I know.
And then when
I made it.
And then when I was with Swan, I literally was like, what do you want to do? And she gave me like a thumbs up. She's like, great, because it's been a great night tonight. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like she was really cool. The other members were really fun. Like you ask them what to do and they'd come up with something. And you'd be like, oh, you're really good. And they're like, thanks. And then, so we got these sweatshirts I made, right? And it literally was like our next gen sweatshirts for the K-Pop Kimchi podcast.
Yeah.
And it literally said, you'll see it, if you look at our Instagram, you'll see like our picture of it. It literally says K-Pop, Kimchi, and that's it. And it's like at the bottom says like established 2019. It has like our logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super simple. I wanted to make it because I wanted a new, simpler design, just like kind of like a university like design for something, right?
Yeah.
And that was like by far the most interaction and comments we've gotten from anybody ever on any merch we've ever worn to any show.
Yeah, I'd say so. We got a lot of people asking about it.
Like people at work, they're asked about it. Random people in the crowd asked about it.
We
Purple
had-
Kiss asked me about it multiple times. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, K-pop kimchi." I'm like, "It's a
go on-
podcast."
Go and ask me about it.
I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. You like kimchi?" I'm like, I love kimchi.
Yeah. They were more involved in like the food part of it.
Yeah.
But still, they asked about it.
And like other
because they
people,
saw
like,
it.
"Oh, what's that?" Like, because they noticed because we both had it and we're like right behind each other. They're like, "Oh, the other guy had it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's our podcast." I'm like,
We
"Oh,
had-
sick! You have a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got to rep myself."
We
Like,
had a gentleman who recommended if we sold them, people would buy them. as
yeah, I don't know
merch,
how much
and
he
we're
knows,
like, I was like, thank you. I don't know, but I appreciate.
And
What the heck?
since I've posted stuff, like just our picture we took on our Instagram, I've had like random people I know or people I talk to that are just like, "Hey, dude, that's a sick sweatshirt." I'm like, "Thanks."
Yeah.
And it's like the most simple, basic thing I've ever made, which is kind of funny. So
They're really cool and it's really comfortable.
People
But
love
it's-
them.
We had a lot of people today be curious about it, I guess.
be
so
interested in it, which is, I don't know.
It's all we can
Because I mean, the people say stuff about it, or like, they're like, "Oh, hey, like I know your logo, like I've seen your videos or whatever." But it's like the first time people are actually like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, what does this say?" Like K-pop kimchi. I'm like, "Yeah."
Right.
And they go, "Podcast, cool." I'm like, "Yep." So
So
shout
what
out
are
to you for
talking
listening to
about?
our podcast, because if
I
you
was
saw
like,
our
what are you talking about? I
sweatshirt.
was like, yeah, farming equipment. That's what we talk. And like, no,
Yeah.
we're talking about K-pop.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, that was really cool. It's always cool when people like ask or just say anything, pretty much. So, it was dope. It was a really fun time.
Overall, the experience was really fun.
Yeah,
It was a really good concert.
yeah.
Worth the drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Always.
100%.
We get to hang out with you. It's worth the drive.
That's why we did it.
I saw Brett smash some Taco Bell tacos today. It made me so
We
happy.
ate Taco Bell. I mean, that's what we do every time after we got party packing. Now we're just chilling in the very nice hotel.
Yep. So, shout out to Louisville. You're cool. The second time we've been here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we'll probably be back one day just because,
Why not?
sure. But I do love Louisville. It's nice here.
Do you have any parting thoughts from anybody?
I think we covered it. Go see Purple Kiss when you can. They're about halfway done with their tour, and
I guess if you're going to the first or anything but the last like 4 or 5 stops, definitely go because Yuki will be there.
Yuki will not be there at the end, so yeah, get your stops in now. There's so many VIP benefits nowadays, like
crazy benefits.
So like if you have this and this or this and this
100%.
or just this, there's like so many different variations of VIP. Like we just sat there forever because we were like the last thing to go.
Oh yeah, but no, it was good. Benefits were awesome. Selfies were awesome. Also, shout out to the girls for taking like multiple photos, so it's not like you literally just got one.
Yeah,
they
that was
took like
cool.
2 or 3 pics with them.
Never had that happen.
So if one was bad, you got another one, so that's cool.
Like I know Dozy took a couple. I think Shane took a couple.
Going definitely.
Yuki did, but I had 2 tickets for that. So technically it was like...
It just depends who the person was, but
Yeah.
they took multiple ones, so that's cool.
That was nice of them.
But yeah, good times. Go see Purple Kiss.
Go check it out.
Hopefully they're still touring by the time I put this out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's great having Brett back.
Don't go to the Art Sanctuary.
No, don't go to Art Sanctuary. Hopefully we can have Brett on again before we go back to KCON next year.
Yeah, we'll figure something out, and I'm sure we'll see Brett soon. But yeah, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
No more thoughts? We're good.
Next time you hear from us, we'll be back in Springfield.
We love you guys. Bye.
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 미치게 내가 놀아줄게 점점 빠져든다 도망쳐 빠져 내